This game will help your group grow closer whether you've known each other for 10 minutes or 10 years. And the best part, it takes next to no setup on the leader's part, and it can be played an infinite number of times. Here's how to play. Take 3 chairs and place them in the front of the room. One chair should be a nice, fluffy, comfy chair. Another one should be a somewhat relaxing but firm chair. And the last one should be hard and relatively uncomfortable. This is the comfy chair. The comfy chair deck has over 100 cards that each have 3 questions on them. These questions are carefully curated to help you learn something new about the people you're playing with, and are divided up into 3 levels of deepness, with each of the chairs corresponding with one of those levels. The comfy chair is the easy question. These are surface level questions like, have you ever broken a bone? What is your favorite song? Or do you have any pets? The rocking chair is the medium level, and it has questions that are a little more meaningful, like what are you most proud of in your life? Who do you go to for advice? Or do you attend church regularly? And finally are the hard questions for the people that want to go deep. If you could, what would you change about the world? When were you hurt the most by someone else's actions? What is the toughest thing for you to talk about with your parents? Your group sits in a circle of normal chairs, but with 3 special chairs at the front, and you pick someone to go first. They decide what level of question they want to answer by sitting in the corresponding chair. Younger players or people that haven't known the group for very long will probably want to go for the comfy chair. They'll get asked an easy question by whoever is reading from the deck, and everyone gets to learn a fun, lighthearted fact about that person. After that, they just go back to their original seat and the next person goes. Say this person chooses the medium chair. A new card is drawn from the deck, and this time they get asked a more intentional question. They answer, and everyone gets to learn something important about them. When someone chooses the hard chair, everyone gets to find out more about who that person is. I think it's best if you never force anyone to answer a question if they really don't want to, but you should encourage the players to try to go a little outside of their comfort zone. When you're willing to put yourself out there and be a little vulnerable, that's where connections are developed and relationships truly start to strengthen. At the same time, don't make your group feel like picking the hard chair is better than picking the easy chair. The beauty of this game is that it allows each person to decide how deep they want to go with the rest of their group. Pressuring someone into being more open than they're ready for might cause them to shut down, but keeping things too light doesn't make your group any closer. However, I think you'll be surprised just how deep your group is willing to go if you give them the opportunity. Young people desperately want to have meaningful connections with others, but it's hard to know who to trust. This game allows them to sort of test the waters with some easier questions before moving on to the hard-hitting ones. The deck was actually originally developed in 1995 by my dad and 2 of his best friends, and over the next 10 years, they sold close to 10,000 copies. Between the 3 of them today, they have over 100 collective years of teaching and youth ministry, and when they first launched the comfy chair nearly 30 years ago, it was met with a 100% approval rate. Everyone that got their hands on the game loved it, and now that I've updated it for the present day, I'm sure you will too. We were very intentional with trying to represent every important topic across the 300 questions, with the right amount about family, the right amount about school, friendships, religion, decision-making, and a lot of other integral categories. Like I said, there's infinite replayability because even if you somehow manage to go through all 300 questions, everybody's answer to each question is different, so each experience is unique. No matter what chair you sit in, it is the comfy chair because you chose the level that you're comfortable with. To get a deck for yourself, you can head over to our brand new website where in addition to copies of the comfy chair, you'll find a ton of other valuable resources like our jumbo letter tiles, youth group curriculum, and written handouts for the games we make videos about. Thank you all so much for your support. We've worked really hard to provide as much value as possible to you, and I hope it helps you out.